Hello. I have to do that every time, of course. Okay, let me boop and boop. There we go. One day I'll figure out how to do like audio separation so I can play my own music and you'll hear nothing but Vocaloid for the rest of eternity. Hello, it's been a while. It's been a while. Sorry. My mom wanted me to watch a show with her, and it was a pretty long show. So every time I got off work, I would watch it with her until like 3 a.m., and I just didn't have time other than that. But I'm back. Yay! Yippee! I did not make a schedule for this. It's okay. This was in my brain, like already manifested as something that was gonna happen. And it's happening now. Here we go. Hello, I got off work today. I worked at work. I had such a weird day at work though, because both our managers were fucking pissed, and I got lectured for the funniest thing. Before I type, I need to talk about it. I need to talk about it. Um. So, so the funniest thing I've ever gotten in trouble for at work. Let me begin. I walk in. It's pretty okay, you know, business as usual. So I start doing some stalking, you know, business as usual work, just like completely chill, normal stuff. Like no one really cares what I'm doing. I'm just doing the thing I should be doing, and it's awesome and it's great and it's chill. And then um, the other manager like runs up to me and is like, "Hey, can I talk to you in my office?" And I'm just like, okay, okay, I guess, okay, okay, because it seems fierce, like slash fierce, and I was very scared. I was like, oh, it's probably about the thing that he was talking about over the group chat, because apparently someone gave out his personal cell phone to someone looking for a job the other day, and he was not happy about that. Because the person kept calling him like, hey, can I talk? Can I get the job? Can I? Yeah, it did not go great. So, someone got in trouble for that. It wasn't me though, because I'm very good and nice, and I don't give out people's phone numbers. But regardless, I go into the office, and I'm just sitting back there. I'm like, hey, what's the matter? What did I do? Because I assume someone complained about me, which is fair because I'm very complaint worthy. So I start with that, and he's just like, so once was amusing, twice was I had a fit. You have no idea. I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? I forgot one thing. Like you wanna know what I did that got me dragged into that office and got in trouble. That got me the serious look and like the serious meeting. I drew a snowman. Not once, but twice on the very edge of our holiday schedule. I did it twice. And in my defense, the first time I did it, someone took a picture of it. I was like, haha, who did this little drawing? And everyone thought it was funny, so like, I'll just do one more and that's it. And I did it like the little, like, the white border that is like, nobody would even see. And I thought that was fine. But then, but then it wasn't fine. Because apparently I got talked to about it. He was so angry. He was like, "You shouldn't. You were lucky you weren't there this morning. I threw a fit." And I'm just like, "This little drawing snowman." And even the other manager, he's just. Now later, I saw him sigh and grab the white out and just white them out. And he's just like, "I don't get what the big deal is." And it's like, me neither. That's the stupidest thing I've ever been talked to by a manager about work. Like, what? Like, I don't understand. I'm afraid to understand, genuinely. From what I heard, he was just in a really bad mood, and I guess my snowman was just generally the straw that broke the camel's back. The straw. He saw the snowman. I was like, I can't fucking take it anymore. I work in a fucking circus with all these clowns who think they're funny. Funniest face I've ever gotten talked to at work. I'm pretty sure that my teen times have ever been like I've never. That was my first time getting talked to at that job. Actually, I don't do much wrong there. Surprisingly, I'm surprised I haven't got a complaint yet. Because sometimes like I'm not good at looking friendly. So sometimes I feel like people get scared of me and I feel like they might complain about that, but then they don't. So I'm like, awesome. Yay. But I have never been complained at that job. At my other job, my previous job from a couple years back, I did get quite a few complaints. Once again, because I struggled to seem friendly and people complained that I was rude to them by just speaking in my normal voice. But it was usually just like, hey, we gotta complain about you. Do better. And I'm like, okay. And I just kept doing the same because what are they gonna do? Fire me? It was one of those jobs. But yeah. Those are the funny ones. I'm not sharing the other talking tos, but I still can't believe it. It's just a crazy way to start your day, you know? So I was kind of like in a okay, whatever mood, and I got kind of sick halfway through my shift. But then I felt better, and now I'm here. I feel better now. I feel normal. I'm at normal Dravia levels of operation. And I went to write. That's why I'm here. I went to write. Man, I want to do like I'm thinking idea for closer to the end of the year. I want to do like like go over what I've done this year, a reflection. It would be fun. I'm thinking, considering my AO3, I'm like, there's no way 100 line got me to write this much, but I guess it did, and that's crazy. Also, I finally started editing A Fake Sincerity, Volume 1. I want to start earlier in the month, but there's just so much shit I have to do. It's just like, so much shit I have to do. So I don't know. It might take a while, but I want to work on it. I miss my babies. But it's okay. It's okay. There's other stuff I want to work on too. So it's okay. It's okay. Like, oh man, I'm like, ooh, I could work on this on stream, but it's kind of scary too, because I'm scared of myself looking cringe fail. But so OCtober, I did a few things for OCtober, like weekly prompt thing, but I didn't do the last one because I thought it would be really fitting to like do it for a thing I wanted to write anyways. But I was really busy, so like, I'll just do it another time. And now I still haven't done it. But I wanted to make like a little web browser visual novel. I already did that before. But it was kind of like amateurish. Surprisingly, people seem to like it. A lot of people played it, but out of anything I've ever made, but I wanted to make another one. Because I found it's actually pretty easy. It's actually quite simple, you know. But I'm hoping I could do that at some point. I've already started scripting it, which means I'll have to do visual assets, which is kind of scary, but I can do it. I can do it. I believe in myself very deeply. But yeah. I've also been, in terms of other things I am working on, I've also, words, what was I thinking of? Oh, I've been working on a surprise, because as you may have noticed, maybe, haha, fanned my little face a little bit, I am very close to hitting 100 followers on twitch.tv, which is really awesome, I think. And I want to do something to celebrate the occasion. I really want to do something. And I have one surprise I was already working on for you guys. For all of you out there, all the wonderful viewers who are making this happen. And another thing that I may just like bust my ass on to see if I can make it happen. But we'll see. I don't know. There's so many things I want to do. There's so many things that I want to do. So many fun surprises to cook. But yeah, I want to make a fun surprise. And maybe even 2 fun surprises. For when I hit 100 followers on twitch.tv. I make very big eyes at all the people in the audience. Except you can't tell. Because as far as you guys are concerned, I don't have eyes. Aw. But hypothetically, if I did, they would be very big, and they'd be staring at you very hard. Teehee. But yeah, I'm cooking. I want to make fun surprises for people. I want to show my appreciation to everybody who stops by. Because I'm a little guy who likes giving people things. I want to. But yeah. 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 I've also been posting my little, not the web novel, but a little web novel. You know the one, I think I showed a bit of it off last time I did a writing stream, which was probably over a week ago at this point. But I posted 5 chapters of it, and I've written even more. Like, I'm like 9 chapters, I'm like 3 weeks ahead on the writing, which is a good feeling to be ahead of something for once. But, you know. I'm hoping that I could get it done by the end of the month and then just like worry about posting it. Because I have a million other things to do, baby. I just like doing things, and I like signing up for things, and I don't have limits. I just do whatever I want to do. Legit. But yeah. Yeah. Anyways. It is time to do some right. Let's see. Right now, if you're curious, if you want to know, and I will gladly inform the people, I am in a different timeline. I'm doing a weekly 100-line event where I write Yuri of all the women in the cast. And I am doing day 4 at the last vestiges of day 4. So that's what I was gonna work on tonight. And I'll probably finish it, I think. It's not exactly like the longest thing ever. But once I finish it, maybe I'll write more of my annoying fairy companion. The hit web novel. I think it'll be fun. That's the plan for tonight. Those are my main areas of focus at the moment. So we'll see. The goal is basically at least to just like, get this done, and then everything else will come as it comes, is basically my mindset grindset tonight. That sounds pretty good to me. Yay. Alright. Let's do 15 minutes of focus to start us off. And if anyone comes in, I will greet you. Oh wait, how do I forgot to do my own commands? It's exclamation point, you fucking idiot. It is! Let's go! I remembered. Okay, lock in. Oh, I had Discord open. Where is my... There you are, buddy. Scrivener hiding from me. It's starting to get late. It's so good. She was killed in the classroom. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Missile. I'm pronouncing it wrong in my head. Ah, that causes typos. Ah. Is that how this works? Ah, ah, Frozen Scarecrow just made us. Oh, oh, geez, hello. Hello, welcome in. Welcome in. Hi. Hello. Oh, jeez. I've been caught unawares. Okay, there we go. Shout out. Yay. Hello, everybody. I am, Drivia Eris, the world's most locked in writer VTuber. I'm locked in right now, in fact. That's how locked in I'm in. Hello, make yourselves comfortable, everybody. Get some snacks. We have a very chill vibe here tonight, so don't worry. If you need to go, get some food. You're not allowed to actually. Stay here. I'm joking. Go, take it easy. It's an easy night for all of us. But yeah, look, come in. The sofa's very warm right now because I've been sitting here for a while. I'm trying to write, my chat keeps getting me off track. I understand. It's just a convo, so the conversation gets so fun. You just want to talk, and then it's just like, it's been so long already. How did so much time pass? It's just the fact of life. Time passes the fastest when you're having fun. Time passes and my word count stays the same. It's so true. Truest thing ever said. I'm determined. I need to finish this tonight. I must log in. I must log in. If you tell yourself log in, it works. That's how it works. That's my favorite phrase of all time now, I think. Eh. There we go. I need to sit more comfortably to type. I'm not practicing good wrist health right now. I cannot do. I need to be so careful. So careful and kind to my body. Okay, this is better. This is better. Wrist health is exactly. It's Future Travia's problem. She can do all the wrist flexes. I gotta lock in here. I'm too busy for that. Okay, there we go. I did stretch my wrist. We're all good now. I'm good. Hmm. Hmm. I'm trying to think. I know how this ends, but it's like... I gotta think. Nozomi and Kurava, my girls. I don't want to just be like boring. I need a bit of more sauce. No. Oh, I got it. No, she won't say that. Hmm. I've actually never played off. That's my confession. I just like this song. I should. I feel like it's a game I'd like. But there's too many game, but not enough, but no game, you know. I have played this one though. That's my thinking noise. That's what I do when thinking. Hee. Ba 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 ba. Words, words, words. Oh wait, no, he's already. Oh yay! We did it. We locked in. We got a good. We got a good chunk. We got a chunk. We bit a chunk of words out. We bit them out, and we got them trapped in our jaws, and are not allowed to escape now. That is locking in. I just realized the spaghetti is still there. I'm getting rid of that. It's gone now. I removed the little bearing spaghetti and the entire stream crashes. That'd be so scary. That's scary. You know, speaking of game but no game, I bought this visual novel, this eerie visual novel lately, called Black Lily's Tale. And I want to play it so bad, but every day I'm like, I should do work instead. And I don't play it. I don't play it. And it's very sad. I should be playing it. I deserve Yuri. But maybe tomorrow. Every day I'm like, maybe tomorrow I'll be slightly less busy. But it's a busy month. I can't help it. I have so much I need to do. Hiccup. Hiccuped. And then Thanksgiving's coming up, which in the retail world always means it's gonna get worse until At least I'm not working at a grocery store. I used to work at a grocery store for Thanksgiving. That was terrible. I never want to do that again. Especially with the turkeys. The fucking turkeys. It's cause people would like not pre-order their turkeys. And then they'd come and ask like, please spare turkey ma'am? Spare turkey ma'am? And I'd be like, no. And they'd be like, spare turkey ma'am? Spare turkey? And I'm like, I don't have a turkey. Go home. And they'd be like, thanks for ruining my holiday. And I go home and I'm like, well, you're welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. I don't take it to heart. It just gets really amusing after a point, just seeing people and their utter lack of planning. Like, genuinely. It's hilarious. It's deeply amusing to me. It's like, it's... I always thought the job I work now, like, yeah, it gets a holiday rush, but it's not that bad. At least we're not selling fresh turkeys. Unless this year. We could, in theory, actually sell turkeys, but they never actually made us. And I'm happy for that. Because I'm pretty sure people would, like, try to reserve them, and I'd be like, we don't have it. Because the thing is, we don't have a freezer. We only have, like, a couple freezers, but they're not in the back. They're in the frontmost part of the store, so, like, if we want to freeze things, we have to use it. So I feel like if someone asked to reserve a turkey, we would not be able to, because someone else could just snatch it. And sorry, that's not yours, but I'm literally paying for it right now. Like, yeah, it'd be annoying. So I'm hoping they don't send us turkeys. Yeah, sure, here you go, 10 turkeys, sell them. And I'm like, we're a liquor store. But yeah, people are still gonna buy their drinks and shit, and it's probably gonna be busy. And I probably have to tell people, no, you can't buy an entire case of wine and return like 8 of them when your family turns out to not want to actually drink 12 bottles of it. But yeah, holidays. People were just with their poor planning, you know. Everybody always comes at the last minute, just grounding whatever leftovers they can find. And you know, I'm also a last minute planner. I must admit, I am part of the problem. But at least if my plans don't work out, I take it. I take the L. I'd be like, okay, this is because I did not plan. And because I did not plan, I do not get my things. Doesn't that make sense? Because I guess it's like, I would say it's like if you've been on the other side, then you just kind of learn to accept it. But I know that there are plenty of people who are like a bit on the other side, and they just don't seem to get it still. So it's just like, damn. Holidays, am I right? And my boss was also telling us that we had to work a holiday. And you know what that means. I have to work on a holiday. I kind of want to work Christmas instead, because I don't really do anything on the evening, like for most of the day. So I don't particularly mind working Christmas, but Thanksgiving, I like eating food. It's kind of like in theory like the less important holiday, but I don't know. It's just about like how I personally celebrate it, I guess. It's not like we have family over. I'm not missing anything. If I'm like, okay, I have to go to work, bye, you know. That's how I feel about it. Personally. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I've been around the block with like holiday and retail long enough that it's not scary anymore. It's just the fact of life. It's gonna be busy. And I've accepted it into my heart. I actually don't mind if it's busy at work, just as long as it's not like exhausting, because it's like, it passes the time. Time doesn't seem to pass as fast when I'm like not busy, honestly. So I'd prefer, depending on the day, I prefer busy. I can also, at this job I'm at right now, can usually conveniently slip onto my phone given the right circumstances, so it's like, you know. If it's not busy, I could probably just like scroll Twitter for a few minutes. I can usually get away with it. Retail, my funny below thing that I am forced to do for most of my life at this point. It's okay though. I'm still hoping for that. I just realized it still says Pokemon, so I never changed the title 1 second. Now this has come to my attention. I must change it. There we go. I do need to play more Pokemon though. It's true. I told myself this month that I was like, we're gonna play so much Pokemon, and then I played it like 3 times. I do want to. I need to be more consistent, I think. I'm not very good at consistency part. To be fair, I am struggling against the forces of evil every time I'm like try to get ready to stream. But still, we need to play more Pokemon. Also, like, I had like the worst lag last night. I was so afraid that I was gonna start stream today and like get the worst lag, but part 2. I actually think I figured out what caused the lag last time. Like, I have no lag right now. It's like beautiful and true how amazing my connection is right now. And like, I'm just using a capture card and playing offline, so that shouldn't be causing an issue on the internet, you know, using my Switch. I wasn't even going online. I was just pressing buttons offline. But I think what caused the problem last time with my internet was, for some reason, I checked the streaming server like I was connected to for Twitch, and it was connected to some weird thing. Like, I can't show you guys, obviously, because it would dox me, obviously. So I wouldn't do that, obviously. But right now, it shows a server that is very much way closer to the one I am at. And for some reason last time, it was showing like some random like option that wasn't even an option on the list. So I think that may have like borked it up. And honestly, I should have just quit when I was ahead and just stopped it and just restarted the stream. But next time. I'll do it next time. I'll just reset. I got too stubborn last time. I didn't want to like have to like have 2 separate VODs, but I guess I'll have to deal with it next time if it happens again. But as you can see, my internet's beautiful and stable, and I'm beautiful and stable too. Yay. I'm glad it wasn't a lasting issue. I think it would have been extremely sad if it was, because that means I would have to figure it out before I streamed again. And I would miss the internet too much. I would miss my yapping to the beautiful world out there. I don't know. I just couldn't do that. I was like, I sure hope I can get to work again. And then I changed a couple settings just to be sure, and then boom, it worked. We're good. We're back. You know what I'm really sad about though? Because it lagged so bad, it cuts out like right before I do the Kanari quiz thing. So I'm so sad that that entire like segment's gone now, gone to the wind. Because I like doing that little quiz segment. Now it's gone. I stopped right before her battle, so that's where we'll be starting. Because unfortunately, like there's no multiple saves in that game, so I can't just double back. It's kind of sad, I must admit, but that's life. At least I didn't lose like any more than that. That's okay. Pokemon. We'll return. We'll probably play it like Y-Day, and then maybe do like a little reading on Saturday. I think that's generally the vibe I'm going for. If I have like enough like a weakness on like Wednesday or Thursday, I might stream then. More Pokemon maybe. Or maybe I'll play Fairy's new visual novel. Do you guys know who Fairy is? They're a Vocaloid producer who does like a bunch of really good like songs. I've been into them since like the Curious Cat. I don't remember the song name exactly, but it says like Curious Cat something. It's like they say like that. It goes like that. But it's a really good song, and that's what got me into them when it showed up in my recommended. And then they started doing like the Parties for Losers. The Parties Are for Losers series, and that's really good, and I like their work and their art. It's very, very good, and I'm very impressed that they're able to do really good music and art and just such really good story MVs. No one does it like they do, truly. And also the like one-offs are just really good. Like Mud. That's genuine. I have more to say about that song, but I'm gonna keep that for later. They released a visual novel. I think that'd be really fun to play if I could fit it in this week. But we'll see. We'll see, because I'm trying to focus on Pokemon for now. But I love to play visual novel. I love visual novels. I want to read a visual novel. I still need to get back to the visual novels I'm already playing, but they're all very long. Regardless. Regardless. Pokemon is first in line, but I'd like to play their visual novel sometime. I think it's really cool. I also want to make more visual novels myself, but the busy demons, they get me. Regardless. Okay, now I'll get back to the other thing I wanted to yap about. So like they made a song that I really like that describes a lot of fairies music, but there's one song especially that I like so much I want to make it an animatic to it. The song is well, Mud. I said it earlier. It's one goes yeah, like that. It's really good, and the lyrics are very like core to my OCs. And I want to make a little animatic of them. And I want to do that next year. That's my goal, to make an OC animatic. I need to level up in my art, and the only way I can do it is by doing very big projects, obviously. So yeah, that'll happen. It will happen. I'm gonna manifest it. Now I'm realizing it, if I do want to do that, then I'll have to be... It kind of does have spoilers for my web novel that have not even begun to be... have not even been addressed or so I've introduced yet, so we'll see. I may work on it next year, but I don't know if I actually post until like way later. We'll see. But I think it would be really cool is all I'm thinking. I think I want to show my... I have so many like animatics in my head that I'd love to do. Of my OCs. You don't understand. It's kind of like a disease. You know what? I'm beginning to realize my laptop is kind of comically big. This is a really big computer. Why is it so big? Why did I do that? 1 second. There it is. Maybe it should be smaller. There we go. That's good. Maybe you should be smaller. Why are you so big? Okay, my computer says comically big now. You can be at peace. Now if only I could reach my mouse. Anyways. I just wanted to talk about that because I was thinking... I made the promise to myself. I'm thinking like if I do make it, what if like by the time I get to the spoiler stuff in the Staria, I don't like it anymore? What if I want to remake it? What then? That's scary. It's scary. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, frankly. I'm not... I just think it'd be really cool. It would be really awesome. That's all. We'll see in a minute. There's a few other songs that like I stare at, and I think it would be really cool to make like animatic of that song with my OCs. There's one, it's like, I could probably say this one. Jailbreak by Neru is legitimately one of the best songs of all time, and my dream is to make an animatic to that song with like Erna, Bella, and Sunny. It's so them. It's legitimately just the most them song of all time. I have to do it. It's like destined. It's written in the stars. I gotta do it one day. But I need to get better art. Like way better. Because the thing I have in my mind is like crazy. And I know if I tried to do it now, it would just be like it would be like a perfectly polished apple. And then the thing in my mind is perfectly polished apple. And the thing that I could make is like a piece of poop on the side of the road. There was once an apple eaten and digested. That's the gap we're dealing with here. But yes. Yeah. It's just another one of those dreams. But you know what? It's awesome to dream. I love dreaming. I think people should do it more often. I think we should all push ourselves to do things that we don't think we're capable of doing just to see if we can do it. Oh, I don't think I can learn that software. Do it. Oh, I don't think I'm capable of being able to do that. Do it. I've had enough of people wanting to be comfortable and not do things because they think they can't do it. Just fucking do it. Do not be afraid of sucking. We all suck at things. No one can do literally fucking everything, and if they can, they're probably lying to you in some way. Just be bad at it. Just do something. Use that meat in your head for something. Do it. Anyways. I had to speak my truth. I had to speak my truth. I do think it is important to do things like I'm choking this bit now. For me with art, I always thought there's just something I can't really do. Like, oh, I just can't understand it. I think this is just how it is. I just will never be able to draw even decently. And then a couple of days ago, like, the drawing I made was like absolutely amateurish, but I looked at it, I'm like, I made that. I made that. I made that. Yay! And like, it's not awesome. It's, like I said, pretty amateurish, but it looked more like the kind of art I wanted to make, and it made me very happy. Very, very happy that I was able to make something a bit closer to what I wanted to. I feel like that's a good feeling, you know? I feel that's a, like, I am capable of doing new things. I just need to put my mind to it. I also want to put my mind to video editing. That's another thing that's been on the Dravia list of things to do. Cause you know, I feel like I don't have many visual based like hobbies. Like I do a lot of writing, you know, but I want to do more like visual stuff that people can see, because that's the people will actually. Okay, let me move this to the side a little bit. That people actually take the time to see, you know, because in our visual focused world, that's all you can really do. But I've been very lazy, unfortunately. I edited like one clip and I was like, yeah, I can do this, and then I stopped doing it, but I want to do more. So watch out, world. I am out there and you are not safe. I started like playing with DaVinci for that. Cause I used it to edit a video once, but the editing was like cutting something together. So, I'm hoping that I could do better next time. Maybe make a actual edited video, just like, no, you record all the audio and then you like smash images and shit and you cut out the pauses and it sounds like a lot of work. That sounds fun. I want to give it a shot. That's the hard part of writing on Twitch. Can't show it off as easily. Yeah! I only have so much room here to show. I like my little office setup, but it also means I only have so much room to put everything on here. I guess but yeah, it's like kind of a... Wait. I got an idea. Like that. There we go. Now it fits perfectly. But yeah, it's just hard to, like, in the visual focus world, it's hard to get people to be like, read this thing, because people don't really read these days. That's a very general statement. People do in fact read these days, and I can definitely prove it. Because I do know quite a few people who still read, because I'm lucky to, but a lot of people don't read these days. But for me, it's like, I like reading, and eventually, if I simply persevere, I will also find more people who read, and that's just generally been my mindset. The world may change, but I will not change with it. I am a monolith. You can't make me. I'm just gonna sit here. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, I used to worry like, oh fuck, I spent a lot of my life just typing shit when I could have been learning to do things like draw super stylized anime art that people actually look at, and I'm like, who cares? Who gaps? Me? Maybe a little bit, but I don't know. It's okay. I don't mind it. I don't worry about it too much. Sometimes I do, but then I realize it's a little dumb to worry about things. If I'm having fun, it doesn't matter that much. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Speaking of visual stuff, I've actually like, so for like the longest time, you know, like Clip Studio Paint has like the 3D model feature, but I could never figure out how exactly to integrate them into like drawing shit that didn't look like I was literally just like tracing off a model or something. But I think I'm finally getting the hang of it, of putting my own style while using it as like an anatomy base. I think that's generally like the play. I've been seeing other people as like, I've been looking at other people as like speed paints a lot and just seeing like how exactly they use the 3D models and like anatomy. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I never really learned anatomy, but they have really amazing art. I'm like, maybe I should just focus on making it look awesome and I'll worry about the fundamentals later. I mean, there are plenty of creators, like first one to come to mind is that person like insert disc 5 who made in Stars in Time a really good game. I played it in like a mad rush over a few days and it was awesome. And I learned like, oh yeah, I think they're like, I only started studying like the fundamentals in the past few months. And mind you, they released, I'm pretty sure that was after they released the game, so I was like, what are you doing then? You mean I don't have to just be drawing like body parts all the time before I can be worthy of drawing something more complex? So this had made me realize that I could just like I could just focus on making it look nice and worry about the rest later. Cause I was thinking in 2026 and maybe like doing not an illustration a day, but try every few days or so try to finish a full illustration. Because I have a bunch of tips bookmarked and stuff for art, and I've been crawling through like my Twitter bookmarks to like organize it all, and I kind of just want to like just pull out random tips and try to just like draw shit. And my assumption is that after doing it a shit ton of times, that I will eventually start making stuff that's actually really cool. That's the plan. That's the plan. Sorry, but yeah. I was thinking about that. The day where I become confident enough to maybe do an art stream is coming ever closer, because I think if I did one now, I would die of embarrassment. I guess the only problem is like when I draw on like my because I have like a Surface tablet, so I draw directly on the screen. So I feel like I'd either have to find out a way to broadcast that or something. I don't know. I'd have to figure it out. I'm sure there's a way that I could potentially just like screen share from my Surface tablet to my PC so I don't have to bust out my really old drawing tablet and be like, alright, how do I use this thing again? I don't know, drawing tablet was weird. I think I got like kind of used to it, but then once I got I could just draw straight on the screen, it was over. Like that was way more intuitive to me. So it'd be nice if I could do that. That'd be really fun, I think. I want to do more things, more things, more things! I would honestly just draw my OCs though. Like every day. I'd just be like, hey guys, I'm drawing Erna, and someone would be like, this is the 72nd time you've drawn Erna this year, and I'll be like, and I'll fucking do it again. Sit down. I cannot be stopped. I'm like literally obsessed. It's funny because like whenever I'm practicing, I'm just like drawing like a random person or something for the sake of practice. I just like draw her. I just do her like funny little hair antenna thing down the middle, and I'm like, yep. We're doing this again. I still can't draw her hair well though, because it's hard to get it from like a side angle. I'm still figuring it out, you know. I'm still mathing it. I'm not good at face angles yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it, I promise. I think that's the thing I need to get down, like, with faces. I'm finally figuring it out that I put the eyes up way too high. I put the eyes up too high, and now I'm putting them lower and it looks better. So I'm figuring that out at least. But there's still progress to be made. But things are progressing. That's what I liked about the most recent one I did. I'm like, this face doesn't look awful. The eyes are still off. I'm still like figuring out like eye placement. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. It's like, I guess they're kind of level with each other, but I don't know. Eyes are weird. I still need to figure that out. They fall on a curve, I noticed, but it's like, I always feel like whenever I try to do that, I just get it wrong. But I guess practice makes perfect. I just need to do more big illustrations, because I actually, like, when I started, I was doing that, and I felt like I was improving every day, but then I stopped. And then I stopped really improving in that respect, which made me a bit sad. And I was like, why am I not improving? It's because you're fucking just sketching shit. Random body parts. Like, it's sketching towards, like, that's a drawn illustration, coward. My goodness. So I definitely need to push myself out of my comfort zone. I guess my mindset was like, if I just like keep practicing these little pieces and then just throw them all together one day, all together will look really good. But I don't think that's really how it works. I think you just gotta get your cold feet in the hot tub and just see how well, how much you're able to do, you know? You just gotta go in, guns blazing. And I will do that. I do wish to do that. Eventually. It's a goal for next year. I have too much to do this year. Oh hi, welcome in Black Iris. Nice to see you. How's the night? Or the day for you? The day. Time zones. Time zones, Ravia. For me, it's sleepy hours. But I never sleep, is my secret. I did sleep last night. I tried to stay awake a bit longer, but then I don't know, once it hit 4 AM, my eyes just like shut. I was like, goodbye world. And then I fell asleep. It's because I had a funny incident. Like, my phone updated. But would you believe I still have to deal with Windows 10? I would 100% believe that, honestly, given what I've heard from you. I would 100% believe that you still have to deal with that. And speaking of software updates, my phone updated and I use a Samsung and the UI changed. But the way the time looks now is like really weird. So I woke up in the morning and I thought it was 1:48 and I was like, wow, I got up pretty late. And then I realized it actually said 11:48, but it's like the numbers are positioned on top of each other. So I didn't realize it was like there was a whole another one there. And I was like, damn it! Damn it! Oh, time. It's a very, very, very confusing thing. It looked like one. I think the thing that threw me off is it looked like it was like already 2. But that's because it's winter now and daylight savings has happened. So now everything is getting darker faster. And I don't like it. I miss summer now. I miss the long days. I don't get the I don't have any like seasonal issues. I don't get sad in the winter, but I do just like it when it's warm outside for most of the day. Last week, boss sent a small list of 25. That's all that's left. Today, how's there 70 you didn't do yet? I knew there was more and he just noticed. I wonder how there could possibly be 70 people. It's almost as if no one is updating themselves. All the 70 people are out sick today. They can't update their software. That's not fun. I'm so glad we never update our software at work. It's totally not going to cause any problems in the future. It's totally not causing any problems now. And people wonder why our computers aren't capable of having coupons saved onto them like CVS does or something. It's okay. I believe in you. You can survive. That is scary though. 70 whole people that don't have Windows 11. The Windows 11 is also a scary thing. But honestly, I'm lucky that I don't have like all the issues that people talk about. I don't think I've ever had an issue with Windows 11. I think the only time I had an issue was like for some reason it was kind of a pain to download untrusted files. Like I tried to like multiple times for something, it just like wasn't working. It kept on like quarantining it and I had trouble with that, but I figured it out eventually, so it wasn't a big deal. I think that's the only time I ever had trouble. I never had like any like run problems. I've had lag problems definitely, but I figured out my way around them. Especially in my poor little weak laptop that can't handle a small breeze without coughing and dying and doubling over. Oh, you had all the problems. That's not good. I've heard about the many problems, and I count my blessings every day that I've managed to avoid them so far. I guess it's also just because I'm just lucky, I guess. I would say it's probably because I don't use that many programs on it, but then I remember I'm using like 4 programs like right now. So yeah, maybe I am just lucky, damn. Windows, I remember Windows 7. That was so old. Actually, no, I remember like we had like a very old like Windows XP computer, a home computer when I was a kid, and even that was like it was old for that time because I remember I tried to play online games, and then the computer would just start dying and wheezing and crashing. The amount of times I'd be like, "Mom, I can't go to bed. I'm playing Toontown, but it froze, and I'm waiting for the game to close. I can't go to sleep yet." Sounds like someone who wants to jinx themselves would say. I've been very safe at least. Listen, I've been very safe. I remember when they had that update that would like kill your computer if like you made like big file transfers, and I paused my Windows updates for like a good chunk of time on my PC just to make sure it'd be safe. I'm so safe. But yeah. The childhood Windows XP computer. And I remember I'd play like UB Funky on there too, which is like, for people who don't know, there was this like these little like blob creatures, and they were like collectible figurines with these little like metallic bottoms, and you would get a big one that you plug into a computer, and then you'd put the little figurines on the scanner, and then you could like place different characters in these little worlds. And that was UB Funky. It was like an MMO, but with collectible figurines. And it was pretty cool. But I didn't play that much because our computer was poop. But it's cool while it lasted. I tried updating it actually, I remember one time, and it just froze mid-update. It froze the entire computer. And I fell asleep while I was doing the update because of how long it took. So yeah, poo-poo Windows XP computer. But then we got like a new one, and then my mom downloaded like 10 million viruses after giving me lectures saying, "You download viruses onto computers." You cannot be trusted. And then she proceeded to do that. Meanwhile, I have never gotten a computer vulnerable since I was a child. Even then, there are times like I thought I got a virus, but turns out it was just like a malicious pop-up. And I actually didn't have a virus. I was so scared of it that when I got like one bad, like weird pop-up when playing Neopets, because they had like security issues at the wazoo and there would be malicious pop-ups on that site, and I didn't realize as a kid that it was such an issue. So I would be like, I would just like be doing my little thing, and then a pop-up would show up, and I got scared, and I didn't touch my laptop for a couple months. In my defense, I was 8. Oh, you're feeding her? You're feeding Erna? Oh, that's good. I haven't fed her in weeks. Thank you. I'm very neglectful, as you could tell. But it's for the greater. It's giving her character development, so it's okay. I can neglect her if I want to. It's my right. As her creator. You fed a corpse. Oh shit, you're right. Is she still breathing? Her pulse is very weak. I think she's fine. She's fine. She's doing great. But yeah, I used to be very scared of viruses. So terrified. I don't remember if I... Let's see, I'm trying to think back. I think I definitely did get viruses in my like mom's like first laptop. But then I think that's the only time I really fucked up a computer that badly. I think every other time I've been pretty clean on that front. My computer history. And then there's a couple of times where I got really cheapo laptops in college and they both like just broke down. One when like someone bumped into me and I dropped it and it like cracked something, but the computer still worked, so I try not to worry about it. And then it started blue screening like a month later. And then this other computer that just came out with a defective charging port right out of the box, and I was like, it's probably not going to be an issue, and it died in like a year. And then my mom was like, you break so many computers. Go get your own this time. And I was like, I can get my own? And I got one, my own, and it lasted. It still works actually. I say it lasted 4 years. It's still very much a functional device, except for the keyboard. Some of the keys don't work, and I'm too afraid to fix them. Laptops are like beautiful horses. They just want to die so badly, you know? Now I have my little 2-in-1 with a keyboard. I could just like get a new one. And I have my pen and I could draw on it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful device. Best purchase ever made. Something I may or may not have done when I was younger. I found an image that my antivirus detected as malicious. So I kept it and sent it to some people. That is evil. I would never do that personally. I'm so good and kind-hearted. Anyways, I'm gonna send an image right now to everybody in this. Malicious images with malicious energies. I think it is crazy how many things can have like viruses these days. Like even like normal ass image can have a virus. But like it's funny because like viruses have gotten like so like crazy powerful these days. Like you see those like the like session key stealers that like they can get all your passwords and shit just like that, and they can hold on to them. And so even if like you change it or something, like if you just like save it back to the browser, they could just be like, oh, I still got it. But mostly those people just kind of like target like content creators and shit. From what I see. I mean, you can still get stuff from them if like you get like a kind of like a PDF, like those DocuSign things, something like that. Even Word, like most Microsoft applications can have macros that do stuff as soon as you open it. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of macros, I've heard of there's lots of like web browsers, like, you know, they'll have like the generative AI stuff. And I heard that a problem that they've started having is that people have figured out how to put like commands that can like reach the bot if you visit web pages, and it'll just be like, hey, give me like all of this information, and then it'll just go like, okay, here you go. I'm glad I have all that stuff turned off. I love making macros now. They're a very powerful tool. They're a very powerful tool. Unfortunately, I only understand how to make macros in terms of Final Fantasy XIV macros. You know, speaking of Final Fantasy XIV, actually. I use them for games, exactly. They're so useful. I should make one that I can use to just open every program I need before I start streaming. I know some people do that, and like, that would be very easy. That would make my life a lot easier, instead of opening them one by one and making sure they're all loaded up and being like, okay, open the next one. Yeah, exactly. The intended use. But the best thing about computers is always there's always so many unintended uses. The worst thing too, I guess. It is also quite bad. But yeah, I was thinking, cause I realized I haven't touched Final Fantasy XIV in like ages. I got really excited because I started playing around the time they had like a expansion, and then I never played much of it after the expansion dropped. But I should get back to. I've been missing that game lately. I haven't really. I guess the problem is I just don't really have the time for it. I need to make the time for it though. I think I just gotta take a break, carve out a little chunk of time, and just play the MMO. The time sink MMO. It was fun. I guess the reason why I kind of fell off of it was because I had a class I really liked, and not only is it just like not as good of a damage dealer as it used to be anymore, but it's also like it's just annoying to play. I don't know. I have to relearn it now, and I don't want to do that. But I didn't like the way it played now. It just felt like a little like bleh. And the reason I liked playing it was because it was a really hard class. And it like made me like lock in when I was like doing raids and shit. But now it's like I'm playing the hardest class and I'm not even doing like good damage. And now the rotation sucks, so what's the point? I was like, I guess I'll just switch classes. But it's the only one I have like really well leveled, so I'm like, damn. And the other class I like to play is not very good either, so I'm like, damn. Guess I just won't play. Though, to be fair, I'm not very sure there's all that much of a difference in between classes anymore, so maybe I should just suck it up and just play a different one. One day. Biology is the hardest class. True. Biology. Actually, no. Chemistry is the hardest time I've ever had in the science class. Honest. I could not. Like, I understand the concept of entropy, but doing the labs about entropy were always really confusing. And I was just like, they're like, you get to burn Cheetos. I'm like, oh fuck yeah. And I'm like, okay, now what? And I had to retake all the tests just to get a decent score. I'm very glad I didn't do the harder version of it. I would have died. I would have been, you would be talking to my dead corpse from like years ago. Unable to get past hard chemistry. It's also just like all the molecules. I don't want to think about that era of my life. It was a very scary time having to go do science classes. And again, classrooms are just like grades. Grades are so scary. They're such a scary way to learn to do things. Like, oh, you mean I'm doing this for the first time, then you're judging me on it. and then the way you judge me determines the rest of my future. I don't know if I'm built for that. I found that learning things on my own without the expectation of doing well the first time is quite nice. I've even wanted to learn to do like more complicated math stuff because I've done complicated math stuff, but it's always like I'm one of those kids that always was avoidant of math because I was scared of it and not very well taught in it. Like, I do distinctly remember times, like, in school where, like, I would generally have no idea what was going on for months, and I would be, like, finding every possible way to bullshit my way through. Which is sad. It's sad how much people dislike a whole important subject because it's not taught well. I'm not even sure if I'd say it's hard to teach well. It's just, like, I feel like it's the kind of thing you have to teach well early. Otherwise, the kids will never get it. I always feel like the same as honestly like a lot of subjects that just aren't taught well. And like it has a lasting effect on how someone's able to learn and appreciate it. Also something that definitely didn't happen. Leave the questions you don't know in the final exam empty. I'll fill them for you. School staff person that wanted a local student to have the highest score instead of an immigrant. Ooh. Yeah, stuff like that. That's no good. Cheating on the school staff person, cheating on the exam for people, that's no good. It's also like with like exams in general, they're just notoriously bad ways to figure out how good someone is at something, but we rely on them anyway, so it's our only way to tell if someone can do something. Highest school. We have highest school. That's good though. I'm glad you did well in school. Doing well at school is a very okay, it makes more sense. I was like, highest schools. This is some trivia thinking noises. Highest score, yeah. Hell yeah. High five. I scored quite well in many things in my life. I've always gotten good reading and writing scores, at least, without even trying, which is kind of why I'm here. But yeah, with testing, it's like it's all about like memorization and like dealing with pressure. To be fair, we have to deal with a lot of pressure in life. But it's just like a very narrow way of testing skill that we're all stuck with doing, especially now that people can just chat GPT shit, and they will do it all the time. Teachers are just like, alright, we're back to paper quizzes and writing in notebooks. After having like years of after COVID working on laptops. I remember after COVID, I had one teacher who tried so hard to cling to writing on paper, and like keeping computers out of the classroom, but I don't think she succeeded. I don't think she succeeded. But now I guess we're going back to that. But yeah, it's like all like getting stuff done under time limits too is like, I don't know. I do feel in general, like with education, like unless you can get a kid invested in a like feeling capable and invested in a subject early on, they'll just carry that negative connotation of the subject with them for the rest of their life. Like, I'm pretty sure the only reason I liked reading as much as I did as a kid is because my people in my life outside of school encouraged it, and I found it fun, and then I just started finding it fun. Meanwhile, a lot of people like don't. Like, they don't get good reading comprehension skills because their teachers suck, and then they just don't want to read anything ever. And I think that's like a lot of people were talking about more like math isn't obvious. The teachers aren't able to teach it well, and then it just ends up becoming something that the students hate. But I also think reading is something that's affected by that too. Everyone's suffering. History too. If you do too much memorization, you're not teaching the fun parts of history. You get people that just don't care about history at all. And it's like, it's so fascinating though. I luckily had fun history teachers. So, I like history. History is a very broad subject though. I guess I like looking at like just like little time periods and just seeing what was going on there and shaking them like snow globe. You want to make games? That's for kids. Get a real job. That's why I'm IT instead of game dev. Oh man, you know what? It's never too late. You always get started. You do things on the side, you know. History is basically story. That's true though. History is basically story. That's what I like about it. There's a lot of that's why I also like reading like investigative articles and like watching documentaries because you get to see how much sure not all of it's accurate. Like there's definitely some very like dubious documentaries out there and stuff that judges truth, but it basically shows you that reality can be stranger than fiction and more interesting than a lot of fiction. Someday. Someday! Hey, you know what? That's better than no day. But you know what? Someday can be any day you want. That's the most beautiful part of life. Except, I guess, on busy days. But any days that aren't busy, you know. It could be that day. But yeah. I know that like I think like the college, I've seen more schools nearby me that have been offering like game dev courses, and it's crazy. I know someone who I've known people who have done like game dev stuff in schools, and it's interesting because I hear like the programs can be really incomplete these days because a lot of them will focus on the programming, but they won't talk about like the marketing or like visual aspects of it. Like a lot of people came out like, I know how to make a game, but I don't know how to market myself or recruit people to help me like with art and sound design and shit, or even where to begin with that. I did make some already, but nothing too complex. Oh, you know, it's a start. That's a good start, you know. It's cool to hear you're already working on it. I'd love to see some of your games if you have like anything like publicly shareable. Because I'm very nosy and I like making games is like hard as shit. It's very hard. I respect people who can do it, like more complicated stuff. Cause I see like some stuff that people are able to whip up in like a week, and I'm like, how did you do that? how did you make this work? I also heard generally from people who do computer stuff that they consider game dev to be very, like pretty hard in comparison to other lines of work. And it's like, yeah, I could definitely imagine. It feels very, people make some real complex stuff these days. And you know, some like really big games can take like years to be put together. And it's like, that's for a reason. And it's also because games are like judged not only on how they function, but also how they look, what the like sound, like all that kind of stuff, writing. So many layers to them. It's like the most immersive. I like the more immersive you get, the more effort you have to put into like bringing the audience into your world. Like with writing, that's like the least immersive. But it's also, you don't have to... Oh, link. Another link. I'm gonna click on... Oh, that's cool. I will save these links for the peruse. The peruse later. There we go. Thank you for sharing with me. Me and my curiosity. But yeah, like I was saying, it's like the more immersive you get, the more effort you have to put into bring the audience into your world. Once you get to like level of like a webcomic or something, it's like it still requires like more like effort and the reader's part to engage, but you're starting to get a picture of things. And once you get to the video game, it's like you have you're bringing it all together, and it can get like it can be very rewarding to see it all come together. But it's a lot of effort too, even if it was a very I'd say like easy to engage. Like you just download, hit play, press buttons. It's engaging. It's like you're doing a activity. It's getting the brain going. It's easy to pick up and say, War and Peace or something. Or say like a movie. You sit down and watch it. Actually, the thing is, like, I think in paper it's easy to get like watch a movie, but if you're it's harder to get immersed in it, or like a TV show, because like there's so many people who like watch stuff in the background, but then you ask them what happened in the thing, and they will not be able to remember what happened. And there's more stuff being made these days. It's like it's supposed to be made as a background watch. I can't imagine. Oh, my throat's starting to hurt. I think I might need to take a little bit of a break to hydrate and also do a couple things real quick. It won't be a few minutes, but I think I need a little bit of break. But I'll be back soon, I promise. Okay, bye. I'll be back. I promise. I'm not leaving forever. I promise. I promise. Okay, I'm back. Break concluded. Think think I need to lock in. I've been yapping for like an hour. I need to lock in. Hi, I'm back. I'm putting on my lock-in timer to encourage myself to lock in. I can still talk. This is my lock-in timer. I had to remember every time. It's been forever since I used it, but it's very necessary tool in my day-to-day life. My lock-in. I got this! I got this! I can lock in. I can finish this even. I believe in myself. Important detail. Hmm. Gucci. I spelled it wrong. Nice. Yeah, something to be proud about. But you're right. Fuck, I'm stumped. Stumped. Oh yay, 15 minutes of locking in. I can feel it, the end is in sight. The end is in sight. I am determined. I am bristling with determination and also a bit of writer's block right now. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. There we go. Okay. Still locked in. So weird I'm thinking of. Another word. There we go. I'm almost done with this. I'm glad progress is being made. And it's only midnight. The night is still young. I keep saying that even at 2 a.m. The night is still young. It's my favorite thing ever. Night young. I don't need to get up until noon tomorrow. So it's okay. My sleep schedule is so bad. It's been a bit better these past couple days, so I mean before it gets like really bad again. What did I go to? Because I went to bed at a decent time. On like, was it? Maybe a Saturday. I think Saturday night, Friday night. I went to bed at a decent time. And I think that helped save me a little bit. Oh my god. I feel so sleepy today. It sucks because I actually got a good amount of sleep last night. But I think I just woke up in a bad point in the sleep cycle, and sometimes that's all it takes. I could not open my eyes for the longest time this morning. I kept trying and then I kept falling asleep. My alarm would go off and it took 40 minutes. 40 minutes to get up. But I did. I fought against the sleepiness, but it's been there the whole day now. An evil thing trying to distract me from my work. From my very important work. Totally, it's important. Don't worry about it. Yeah. 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 It sucks. Sleep is so dumb. It's like you're just a little bit off on like when you wake up in the sleep cycle and like you don't get to be rested anymore. Who do you think you are? It's like, thanks brain. I appreciate it. You're a real team player, I see. Sleep. So precious though. I need to get better at sleep though. I know that sleep is like the cornerstone of all your health, and I've been neglecting it for too long. I need to keep my brain healthy, or else I'll suffer. So I have to sleep. I simply have no other choice. I have to sleep more. I need it's and I can focus more if I sleep. I slept decently on Sunday, and then I actually like managed to do a bunch of stuff that day. And my life could always be like that, you know? that could that could be my entire life, just being able to sleep in and get things done after sleeping. It's very important. This is my message to everybody out there. Sleep. But not right now. Not right now. You have to listen to me right now. You can sleep after. But not yet. I have very important business to yap about. Very important. I only talk about important things. Totally. I would never lie to you. I've never lied in my entire life. This Dravia tells truth, and this other Dravia tells lies. We sleep when you sleep. Exactly, exactly. I'm the sleep timer. Or you could do what some people do and just like put on your headphones and I'm just like talking you to sleep. I'm sure I could do that. I think I have a very nice sleep voice, if I do say so myself. I'm just like yep 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 yep, and then it's like yummy sleep. Sweet sweet yummy sleep. That reminds me, speaking of sweet yummies, my coworker made these delicious fucking cookies today. And like I forgot she mentioned that she made cookies and she brought them to work, and then I was leaving and she was like, "Oh, I still have a bunch of cookies. You want like a baggie to bring them home?" And I was like, "Sure." And I took the baggie. And I was I was like waiting for a delivery driver to show up, and I was really hungry. I was so hungry. And I was like, I'll just have one. Just to abet the hunger until I can go home soon. Once this fucking delivery driver shows up and picks up the order. Because one of our delivery services doesn't close until the store closes, which means you can place an order as late as a minute before we close, and we'll have to sit there and wait for the driver to show up. Regardless, I was waiting there, and I ate a cookie, and I was like, holy shit, this cookie's delicious. So I ate like 2 more. Because I was so hungry, I was so feeble and starved. I needed food, so I had 3 cookies, and they're very good. They're very good. I love homemade cookies, especially when you can taste the butter in them. Delicious. Unhealthy cookies, but still good. Nothing can stop me from enjoying a good cookie. I should bake. I want to do more baking and like cooking. I've been getting better at cooking this year, I think. I've been pushing myself to do more things so I can sustain my mortal form. Because I had the realization that it's in fact good for you to cook more things with vegetables and to eat more healthy things instead of eating out a bunch. Like, for example, one thing I've been doing lately is that I'll boil some vegetables, like spinach and some other stuff, and then I'll throw some spices and stuff, and I'll put some chili oil on it, and I'll eat it like that. And it's actually pretty good. It's like it's become a little bit of a snack for me now to do that. No. It's delicious. I like it. I've also been like eating more I've been eating more cucumbers because cucumbers are so good. They're so crisp and fresh and delicious. Yeah, so no, you know? I like them. I like crispy fresh cucumber. My sister once made these really good cucumber sandwiches. And I need to figure out the recipe from her. So they're so tasty that I want to make them myself. I want to try to make them myself. but I haven't asked. I I guess I just look it up. I don't have to ask her. But the way she made them were really good. So I want to do that too. Yummy, yummy sandwiches. I like sandwiches. Sandwiches are one of the best forms of food ever made. I miss when Subway used to have the $5 footlongs. That was such a good deal. And now it's like you have to pay $12 for like a stupid flappy small sandwich. I tend to get like Subway sandwiches when I get deals for them though, because they're pretty tasty. They're pretty tasty. I think they're like the tastiest fast food for me personally. It's because there's actual like vegetables there. Even if probably the sauces and shit they use is like unhealthy as hell. Maybe one day I'll do a fast food ranking. But honestly, my opinion, I have got garbage taste. So I kind of like, I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty good for like most. Like some people are like, oh, I could taste like the grease and all shit on there. No, thank you. And I'm like, it tastes pretty good. No, not something I would like eat all the time, but it's like, I don't know. I don't have a very refined taste. I always admire how like people can just like eat something and just like pick it apart, like so like clearly and like understand, like lay out their points so well, and I'm just like, taste like it's good. It tastes like it's good. That's my statement. That's my conclusion. All those cooking shows. Speaking of, there's one show that really there's one show that every time I see it, I'm just like, I get so angry watching it. I start mauling. Like, I'm not, no, not actually. Like, actually, I'm throwing stuff at the, no. It's just like, I think it's one of those Food Network shows. You know, like the celebrity chefs and all that shit. It's called the Beat Bobby Flay one. Where they have that one celebrity chef, the really big one, with like restaurants and shit, and like chefs come and like beat him at cooking. And there's times where it's like, I swear to God, the judges are gassing up the like the visitor contestant like crazy amount, and they're just like with Bobby Flay like, it's pretty okay, and then he'll win, and I'm just like, weren't you guys loving the other person's food? It looks so much tastier. What happened? And they'll be like, yeah, his was pretty solid while theirs was like really good but had one or two weak points. I'm like, what do you mean? It makes no sense. And my mom would be like, well, it's his show. And I'm just like, that doesn't mean he has to win all the time. God, does he have to? He did not deserve that win. And apparently now he doesn't even like actually like cook fight people anymore. He just picks people to cook fight the visitors, and it's like, what's the point? You're not beating Bobby Flay, you're beating the guy that Bobby Flay picked. What is going on here? Cooking shows. I remember there was like a little event that happened where I could go to that actually had like a live like cooking show thing from like, I think the Food Network, I think. And it was kind of cool. I got to see it once. And then an incident happened. An incident happened that you could probably guess based off the fact that I'm saying an incident in a big public place happened. what incident it was specifically, and they stopped doing it, and I think they went bankrupt as a result. Though, I'm in a way to feel too bad for the organizers considering they had really bad security that caused the incident to happen. Like genuine, like they didn't even try a level of security. Like if they always tried, I'm sure people would have been like more sympathetic. But it doesn't seem like they did. So it kind of yeah, unfortunate for them, I guess. But nah. They had good food at that event though. I like good food. Easiest way to get me to go to an event is to be like, food, and I'm like, oh hell yeah. Though most of the events in my local area tend to have a lot of Mexican food, which is delicious. So I'm pretty happy. I remember like where I went to when I went to when I was in schooling, I went to a place that did not have that much Mexican food in the area. And I was so desperate and hungry for it. Like when they did have decent food, there would be miles of lines out to get it. And there was like one place that people would try to gas up, like taco place, but their tacos were just so sad and like not very good that I just was like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm very picky, but I'm also not very picky. It's not hard to please me when it comes to food. With Mexican food, I tend to be not. It depends. I will eat the occasional Taco Bell, but I don't tend to like the fast food version of it. I only like eating Taco Bell though. It's like one of the weird things they came up with. Like I tried their Baja Blast pie, like the day it came out, and I also had the flaming hot like Cheeto burrito, but I didn't like the burrito because it was like I don't know. I don't like their like burritos very much. They just have a weird taste to them that makes me kind of sick. But I wanted to try it because it had the Cheetos in it. But then we put like 3 Cheetos in there. And like some pictures I saw of the burrito, you would see like the Cheeto red. So I was hoping for something like that, but it was just so sad that I was sad eating it. But you know what didn't make me sad? The Baja Blast pie. That did not make me sad. That was pretty tasty actually. It's like a key lime pie basically, but with like the filling is like a bit more of like a Baja Blast lime. Cause like their Baja Blast soda already tastes like a bit like lime, so it probably wasn't that hard to like make it a bit more like Baja Blast flavored aftertaste and be like boom, there we go. Also, they obviously like wanted to make it look like the soda, but it just looks radioactive. But honestly, I think that actually helped in their favor with the marketing because people would see it like, this looks like a bad idea to eat it, and then they would eat it. But honestly, it's like it's processed pie, but it's not like a crazy unhealthy thing that will kill you. It's pretty good. I will say when you get it, they give it to you like frozen, which probably explains how they're able to like distribute so many. Ah, there we go. Which probably explains how they were able to distribute so many pies. Because they're just they just send them by the freezer truckload, I imagine. But it's a pretty good pie. Just leave it in the fridge for like an hour. It'll defrost just like that. And then you could just like cut into it and eat it. It's key lime. So if you don't like key lime, you probably won't like it. I will say the crust and the cream are like pretty good. They're better than I thought they would be. It's a pretty good pie overall. Pretty good pie. That's what I call it. PGP. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of a meme food now. You know, there's one food that I remember people hyping the shit out for Taco Bell to bring back that I personally never liked. I tried it once, I didn't like it. It was a Mexican pizza. Which give some context as to what I mean by Mexican pizza. It would be 2 like big tortillas with either beans or beef, I think, in between. And then they throw cheese and like diced tomato on there. And then they like bake it and boom, Mexican pizza. But I tried it once and I hated it. I was like, this is really not good. It's bad. It's thumbs down, thumbs down. So when I heard people actually really wanted it back, I was so confused because I thought it was terrible. To each their own, you know. But I was like, you want this back? Are you sure? Like 100%? This abomination? I'll never understand those people. I refuse to understand those people. But yeah. I remember there was one thing I actually really wanted to try, but I wasn't able to get my hands on it, and I'm genuinely so fucked up over it. It's Panda Express had like a collaboration with Bulldog Noodles, which is my favorite instant noodle brand of all time. Like the ultra spicy noodles. I love those noodles. I love the spice. The spice invigorates me. It's injected into my bloodstream every night. It keeps me alive. It keeps me moving. But yeah, they collabed with Panda Express to make the fucking some kind of like bulldog chicken, like orange chicken or something like that. I think that was what it was. And I was like, ooh, I want to try this. And I was like, it's only happening at a few specific stores. And then it was like nowhere near me, and I was so upset. I'm like, this was made for me, and I don't even get to try it. And I don't think I've heard any news of them expanding it. I think it's over. I don't think I'll ever get to try it. Which makes me sad. It was literally made for me, and then now I'll never get to try it. It's okay though. My heart it'll live on. I could always just get some chicken and just get the sauce and I guess just throw it on there, and that'll be the same thing probably. I get the sauce and put it in my cereal every morning and my oatmeal. I can't eat oatmeal. Who am I kidding? There's a story behind that actually. One time when like there was one period in my life where like I started losing a lot of weight, and it's because I had trouble with things touching I don't know why, but my brain just could not handle things touching my teeth. That's included food, so eating was very hard for me for like a few months. It's hard to describe what happened because like it's never happened again in my entire life. Like I've never had like a neurosis like that in my entire life, so I couldn't even tell you what happened. I've been fine since, but I couldn't have anything touching my teeth, and if it did, it had to happen really fast. And eating was also very hard because I also got touchy about things touching my throat, so I would eat very slowly and barely. I'd eat like maybe like once or twice a day at best. And it would be very long meal time. I would choke down tiny pieces and just immediately swallow them without chewing. That's how bad it was. And I lost like a lot of weight because of it. But I'm fine now, I'm healthy. Yay. It wasn't like I don't consider an eating disorder because I had no problems against the eating itself. It was just a different third thing. But I ate a lot of oatmeal during this time because it's very easy food to just eat bit by bit. And by bit, I mean it'll take me like an hour to eat a whole bowl of oatmeal. Spooning tiny little bits that I didn't have to chew. And ever since then, ever since like I got better, like I don't know what happened. I think at one point my brain just got fed up and I just was able to eat normally again. And it's never happened since. But I was like, it took me like 1 or 2 hours to eat, and I can't eat oatmeal anymore because it just reminds me of those times. My brain just rejects it. But I don't really like oatmeal that much. I think I just never liked the flavor of it much, and forcing myself to just eat that for like the longest time like broke something in me, I think. I used to like sugary cereal a lot though. But I haven't touched it in ages because I can't stand sugar for breakfast anymore. I can't. I just can't do it. It's not a thing on the Drivy agenda. If only. I miss it. I kind of miss it a little bit, but I remember how like fucking unhealthy that stuff is, and it's like, it's probably for the better. I'm not eating like this. Like we have like cookie cereal, and then the Reese's Pieces cereal, just the candy turned into cereal. Like, what the hell? What the hell? I should have been eating fucking like oats or something. I don't know, instead of that crap. I should have been eating my oats. I have been thinking about switching to like getting like a iron rich cereal or something, because I noticed I've been having I get dizzy quite a bit, and I feel like I might be like, I don't think I'm like super anemic, but I feel like I'm not getting enough iron, And you know, like, because of like Shark Week, women need to have more iron in their bodies than men because we lose more blood. And actually, I heard a lot of women tend to be anemic without realizing it because they don't realize that, hey, you kind of need more iron in your diet because you lose a lot of blood. So and I didn't even know this until like a year ago, and I was like, okay, that would make sense. So maybe I should be getting more iron in my diet. I don't think I try very hard to, which is not good. Like, let me look up iron-rich foods and see how many I actually eat. Because I'm not good at this. Broccoli, eggs, beef and chicken, shrimp, oysters, cream of wheat, peas, prunes. I guess I don't actually eat that much broccoli. Eggs, very occasionally. Beef and chicken. I think I have a decent amount, though I don't think they're exactly carrying. I guess I could eat more eggs. Oh, tuna is good for that. And so is sardines. Oh, protein's a good one. I actually have been trying to get more protein. I heard salmon's very good for protein. Fish, meat in general is like a good protein source. I don't really like beef all that much. I don't know. I used to say that, but I think I'm starting to go back into it. I think I just like the good like tender beef. I like tender beef, but also I don't like it when it's fatty. I'm very picky, you see. But I do like meat quite a bit. I am a bit of a meathead. I like fish especially. I've always been a big fish person. I just like the smell of the ocean too. It's so... I like the salt water stench of the air when you get near the ocean. It's so good. It's nourishing. But I also... hiccup, excuse me. I also just really like fish. It's definitely like #1 food to me. Any fish. Calamari, salmon, tuna, scallops, mussels, all that kind of stuff. Shrimp. I love it. I love it all. I've never met a fish I couldn't eat. I'm just saying. One time, I was at a disgusting food museum with my friends, and they had like stuff you could sample. And they had a bottle of fish paste. And I was the only one that ate from it. And it was delicious. It tasted like the ocean. Very, very salty. And also very fishy. And I liked it. It was good. Honestly, I would get that stuff and put it in my, like, maybe my instant noodles or something to give it like a fishy taste. Personally. Like, it sounds awesome. Fish. I love fish. I love fish so much. Fish better watch out for me because I'm coming for them. But yeah. Yeah. Protein. I'm working on it. I should eat more eggs though. It sounds like an easy way to get more like iron. In this here diet of mine. Maybe instead of getting cereal. Oats. Oats are still good though. I probably should have been should be eating healthier. Should have been eating healthier when I was a kid, but you know what? We live and learn. I feel like I could have been eating worse. I could have had worse eating habits. And I could technically have, like, worse eating habits now. My eating habits aren't that bad, right? No, they're pretty good. I think I would be keeling over if they were any worse, honestly. Okay, it's been a lot of yapping today. I'm gonna do another little sprint before I become Yapatron 3000. But I also like being Yapatron 3000, so it's a balance, you know. But I think I gotta lock in. Oop. Lock-in timer. I love my lock-in timer. It's so convenient. I didn't use it for a while, but now I'm using it again. I'm like, damn, this is so convenient. Mm. Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm done. There's only a little bit left. Yay. Murder Yuri. I guess I could work. I guess for the remaining time, I could work on my other thing. Eh, eh, eh. And then. Eh. Let me move that. I keep moving it. It's because there's so many things on the screen. Yeah, I guess I could go above my head. Yeah, sure. Oh, it's so small now. I have so much stuff on the screen. It's important. All my emotional support PNGs. Okay. I do admire how I seamlessly switch to a different project. That's pretty. It usually takes me forever to do that. Mm-mm. Hmm. 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 Murdered in your sleep. I will say, actually, yeah, I'll say it after we're done with the Pomodori. Let's see. Murder. You never will touch the window. Okay. Progress has been made. I finished my first thing and I am working on my second thing expeditiously. 16,000. As you can see, I'm like about to be 10 chapters ahead on this light novel project. I estimated going on for maybe like, I don't know. I don't know. I think it'll probably be at least, let's see. We're probably like going into another arc. And that'll be a few chapters, and then it'll be the last. That'll be the last-ish arc. I don't know. I'm trying to. I think it'll probably top off at around 40k, honestly, which would mean I'm not even halfway through. But I don't know. Maybe like high 30,000. I'll see. It'll depend because we have not even gotten to the. I'm like close. I think this is halfway point, I'd say, but at the same time, it feels like I'm. Like in my original outline, this was about 3/4 of the way through, but then I like had to actually flesh stuff out. So, we'll see. My outlines tend to be very unbalanced, though. Like I could be like da 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 and this and this and this, and then I'll have like the entire half of the story like in like one paragraph, and I'll be like, actually I think I need more here. But that's what the outline's for. It's supposed to help me remember like, oh, I should do more here. I should be doing more word here actually, is to make this all make sense. At least that's the thought process. My outlines, like, I think I explained my outline process. But my outline process is generally just typing a summary of the story. I can never find an outline process that worked with me until I met my college professor that was for my I say as if I only had one, but like the one I took the most classes from, who was like, outline your story just like typing a summary of it, and I realized that actually works very well with me. And it's helped me better figure out how to do connecting plot threads and such. I feel like I processed my process out a lot more thanks to that teacher, and I'm very grateful. I'm very happy about that. I'm moving my box back over there. Yeah. I don't know, everything's a process. We're always trying to figure out what works for us. And I think I have a... Wait a minute. I'm gonna... What is this? Okay. I'm looking through all my hidden stuff to find something. Yeah, it's a... I'm gonna move that over here and make him smaller. There we go. Now it won't block the typer. Now go away. It's not your time yet. I guess I could have just... Yeah. It's gone. I fixed it now. This is the supreme setup. Wait, I'm also gonna move this down. I'm just moving everything. I need everything to line up. There we go. I moved the laptop and it made everything else move slightly. So then I might have to fix it, or it's gonna bother me. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful and true. Okay. I'm settled. But yeah, that's the process that works for me. It doesn't work for everybody. I'm sure there's plenty of people in that room that are like, I hate that. I don't want to do that. But I liked it. Honestly, it's like I outline, but I don't really... I'm very fast and loose with following the outline. For me, it's just like the ideas, the original ideas. And then when I go through and write it, I decide how to like make things flow better. Like once you have the baseline, I think your next step is to think of how to improve it. And a lot of people tend to think I need to have a really good baseline. And that's true. But what's worse than having like a good a baseline, like having a bad baseline, what's worse than having bad baseline is having no baseline. It's just this, like, you just don't know what you're doing. You're just winging it. Like, I firmly believe that, like, I know a lot of people like talk about like you know, planner versus pantser. Like there's that whole debate. But I honestly think that people who do things without planning just have not found a planning method that works for them, because they would be a lot better at getting organized and getting stuff done if they could figure out a method that worked for them. And I speak as someone who used to be like, well, I guess I'm just the kind of person that likes doesn't like to plan things out. And it's like, no, it turns out I wasn't the kind of person that didn't like to plan things out. I just didn't find a planning method that worked for me, you know? That's what I mean. Like, that's what I think is the case 99% of the time. Maybe there's a 1% that is really good at improvising. But I do think that your work would be better if you had even a semblance of an outline, even if it's literally just a summary of what you are going to do. In my opinion. That's opinions from Dravia right there. I don't know. I used to be on the side like, oh, people can legitimately just wing like the awesomest shit, but I do honestly think that's less of a case, and it's easier to just try to figure out a planning method and be one of those like percent of people who can do it. Like, I think it's just like if it makes their odds of like the thing, if it makes the odds of the thing being good higher, then you should just try to find a way that works for you to do it. And that's why I believe outlining is. You can make something good without it, but the chances are not as high, so you should outline. It doesn't have to be in the way people tell you to. You don't need to do bullet point lists, and you don't have to, oh, do 3 indents if you're talking about like a minor detail, and do another indent, do another indent. You don't have to do it like that. You could just summarize. It's okay. No one's gonna hurt you. Just have something. Also, I just generally find it easier to like communicate and like work with people who know how to outline, take notes and summarize and stuff. I think if you're fine just like being solo and making things capital letters, then it's perfectly fine, just do whatever you want. But if you ever want to collaborate with people, I do think you're just gonna have to accept that you need to you need to learn the outline. That is the thing you will need to harness. A skill that you must begin to flex with wild abandon. Because if you cannot organize your thoughts, people will not know your thoughts, and they will become very scared of you. I'm not scared of you, but like you get what I mean. It'll be like, it's hard to keep up with someone if you don't know what's going on in their brain, and they're not letting you figure it out. They're leaving you on your like little lonesome, and you're just like, please let me in, and they're just like, I feel like changing the entire tone of the story on a whim, and they're just like, no, don't do this to me, and then your person turns into a stone statue and you're left with nobody to work with. Yeah. That's my opinion. If projects, group projects, you're gonna have to do a lot of them in life. You can't do planning. I believe in you. You can learn. It is a very important skill. I do think it might be one of the most important skills ever. Honestly. In my not so professional opinion. And without planning, I stop in the middle not knowing how to proceed. That's definitely the reason why I say like planning is important. Because I admittedly still kind of am, but also I'm working on it. I'm doing better. But I used to be that kind of person a lot more, where I'd be like, I want to start doing a thing, and then I would decide I don't need to plan anything or think about like a beginning or end to this or like a general idea. I'll just go into the thing, and then I'll end up dropping it early on because I don't have any ideas. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no plan. I feel like having a plan makes it less daunting to me. Even if it's a really shitty plan, it makes you go, well, at least I have an idea of where I'm gonna end up, so I have something to work towards. And even if I don't get it done, it's fine. I tried, and I still have the plan here if I want to get back to it. It makes it less daunting to keep going through the hard middle parts. That's why planning is important to me. That's why I always feel like I see a lot of people would say, I will never ever plan, who tend to struggle a lot with the point of get the middle point. And it's like, that's what the planning's for, to help you with the middle point. That's what I think. That's my opinion. I'm just spitballing here. I'm just thinking about my once struggle city life. I wouldn't say I've got like a perfect track record for doing things now, but I find that I have a better way. I'm better with doing things if I have an idea of what I'm doing and like the steps before I actually do it. Whenever I go into things on an impulse, I just flounder and die most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. A good chunk of the time. But I try. It's good to try. Very important skills. So many important skills in life. But it's like you figure it out. And it's like this improves every aspect of my life. Such as learning when to turn off your phone and go to sleep. I haven't learned that one yet, but I'm sure one day I will. And then I'll be so powerful. I'll be able to just sleep 8 hours and feel rested. Like those people that can like sleep for just 4 hours and that's all they need. I wish I could do that. That sounds awesome. And I mean like legitimately, like they feel rested. It's not like sleep deprived. It's not like a... I don't think that's a real thing. I'm pretty sure it's not a real thing, but if it is, I wish it was. I wish it was me. Wishing so hard right now. But yeah. I like going but yeah when I don't know what else to say about a subject. Thinking about planning stuff. I remember back in high school, they were like, speaking of planning, there was a notes, they had all kinds of note systems they tried to get us to do, and the biggest one was like the Cornell note system. Let me explain that. So basically on one side you have all the notes you take, little like dates and stuff and tidbits of information, and then you were supposed to take your notes and then on the other side put like in the form of a question, like if you were like saying what year did the War of 1812 take place in, you would write the war, you're like, the War of 1812 took place from 1812 to blah blah blah. Then you would write on the other side, what's like over what span of time did the War of 1812 take place? It was that kind of note system, and honestly, it never worked for me. I never got the point of it. I found it really annoying. But it was stuff like that made me realize that the best way that I memorize stuff is by writing it down. Like, I tried doing notes on my computer. It like, okay, sorry. Yawning. I tried doing notes on my computer a lot in college and stuff, but it never quite worked for me. It never quite stuck in my brain as hard as when I just decide to like write it down. I don't know. I don't. It's just something about actually making the letters, I think, with my hand that helps information glue to my brain faster than say if I just type it. It doesn't quite get stuck in there. It definitely has something to do, I think, with the act of physically writing it. It helps me like slow down, process it compared to like typing it out. Then it's like I do it super fast and I don't even really need to fully process what I'm typing, which means I'm not getting the memorization that I need. Which is why now when I'm really trying to learn new things, I try to take notes on it, like in a physical notebook. Because I find that like it just helps the memory. Like I can look back in my brain and be like, oh, I remember this and that and this and that, and it works perfectly, yay! Physical notes are so important. I wonder if I wonder if it's the same for anybody else. I'm sure it is. I'm sure plenty of people, which really makes me wonder, like, because there's so many laptops in school nowadays. I hope there's no kids out there that are like actively being like harmed by using laptops to take their notes instead of like notebooks. There's just something about filling like pages full of notes with your hand that really helps you remember stuff. Even if my handwriting has always been hot garbage. I've never had good handwriting. It's bad out here. It's really bad. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. It's bad. It's scribbly. I write too fast. You can barely understand what I'm saying every other third word. I honestly never even like reread my notes all that much. Like I would just like write it down and I would just look back in the book if I need to remember something. Or like memorize for tests. I would just do flashcards. I would never use my notes. I would just trust the memory. I would just trust the process. and somehow it worked. It worked out pretty good for me. It could have been much worse. I wonder if my memory is still as good as it was when I was younger. Or maybe sleep deprivation did things to me. But I think it's still pretty good. The short-term memory needs work, but I feel like everyone's short-term memory just kinda got a bit fried in the past few years. But so I was just kinda like, yeah, that's just the default state. Oh well, memory. It's still kicking. I still remember when they had cartoons at Cartoon Network. Okay, Grandpa, let's get you to bed. Let's get you your oats. Now I hate my oats. Take them away. Ah! This is why we never come visit you. You always make every visit difficult. No, come back. Please, you're my only family. No! Anyways. I don't know where that came from. Just like being a little dramatic. I need a sip of something. Oh my god, I took like 2 sips like a while ago and that was it for me. I can see my head tilt as I sip. The woes of technology. I say it as if I do not put myself here. Yeah, I'm listening to the music. You know, the music playing right now. It's from the. It's a little quiet right now, but it's from a soundtrack for like a Fusion Fall fan game, and I realized that they have the Halloween event going on right now. I should play some of it sometime. I could show my account on stream, my Retribution account, and I could grind for stuff while yapping. That'd be pretty awesome. I might consider it if I have time this week. I haven't really done much fun, so it honestly might be a nice fun diversion. Because last time I think I logged in was for the Valentine drop event. I think I skipped like every other drop event. But I should log in for the Halloween event. I should at least do that. I'm not sure if you guys know what Fusion Fall is, but it's like the Cartoon Network MMO. The cartoon crossover one. And okay, I'm not diagnosed with anything, so I did not say this with like actual seriousness. But I think if I could call anything like a super important special interest of mine, it would be Fusion Fall. It's embarrassing how much I love that game. It's not very good. It's just I just really like crossover stuff. It's like, you know, one person who draws like copious amounts of Nicktoons Unite art on Twitter. I'm that person in my head with Fusion Fall. I'm always thinking about it. Every few months or so, I have a phase where I go and look back at all of the fan work. I should have archived the Fusion Fall forums before the fuck-ass owner took them down. I used to be on there every day as a 12-year-old. I remember one time my mom like got angry, like, show me your computer, because I was getting very nervous because I was playing the Stupid Kitty MMO all day. And I was like, okay, and she saw us saying playing the Stupid Kitty MMO, not looking at porn, and she was like, okay, you're fine. I was so shy about it. I love my little kitty MMO. Is there supposed to be music? Oh yeah, I guess it's really quiet. Let me turn it up a bit. Oh, now it's playing a different track from a visual novel. But it should be audible. It's like barely audible. Yeah, I didn't realize it was so quiet. My voice was so strong and powerful. It was overpowering the music. But yeah, I have it carefully curated, so I'm picking tracks that will not get me copyrighted. Because I'm too lazy to figure out how to make audio that only I can hear or something like that. So one day I'll figure it out. It's always one day. Never today, just someday, one day. But yeah, I have an embarrassing interest in kids MMO game that has not been running for like over a decade. But it is running on private servers. And like 10,000 people always say we're gonna remake it and we're gonna make it in our image, and then they fail at actually doing that. I think there's only one project still going. But one Fusion Fall fan project. One day I think I could yap about it, because I've seen people do like icebergs on Fusion Fall fan stuff, and it's like I point out like I know this, I know that, I know this, and by the time the video's done, I'm like, they didn't mention all these other things. They didn't mention all these other things that happened. So I feel like I could really do like a massive retrospective on the history of the game and like the community and such. Like, if I ever put together the willpower to do it, I will. It'll be such like an out of left field thing, I think, but I think it could be entertaining, because we're looking at like little Dravia's like life up from like 12 years old. I will actually say too that I'd say funny, like really bad MMO, Cartoon Network MMO. But that was actually a thing that made me realize fanfiction was a thing that existed. Because I saw people putting like their like stories online. I was like, wait, this is a whole thing that people do? And it got me to actually trying to write things. So I can say I started writing because of Fusion Fall. Well, not because. I was doing it before then too. Just like, I didn't realize you could post stuff online, I think. I was not a very smart kid. I think before I discovered forums, for the brief time they were still a thing. I only really used a few. But before because I didn't have social media. I don't know why. I just didn't. It's less that my parents filtered me from it, and more that I just didn't give a shit. Little me just, they would talk about MySpace and stuff and Facebook, and I'd just be like, what are those? I go on Fusion Falls Central forums, yay! I go on the Gravity Falls forums, yay! But before that, I used to just play MMOs and games on my computer. I'd play Wizard 101, copious amounts of Wizard 101, despite never having a membership. It's really funny that I could just buy myself a membership to that game, and yet I don't. Because I just, like, whatever, man. Time's passed. But yeah. For the brief times forums existed, that's what made me realize people post their writing online, and I decided I wanted to do that too. And I did do that. And I deleted most of it. It exists only on my hard drive now. Nobody else gets to see it. It's gone. Don't ask for it. You don't get to see it. Ever. Ever. Well, maybe one day, if I feel particularly, like, humiliating myself a little bit. Humbling myself. It's funny, because I see what kind of stuff people can write when they're, like, 16, and I look at what I was thinking, I'm like, oh, it's embarrassing. But yeah. It was a pivotal moment in my development. I don't think I signed up for a social media website until... Actually, no, I did sign up for one underage. But I was like 12 and it was Tumblr, and I never shared anything about myself on there. So we're good. I wasn't using my IRL photo or anything. I was very safe. I was very good at being safe. I'm very internet safe. I don't think I have any social media accounts that have my like IRL information. I made one, but it's like an empty account, and I put it in the profile. This is not being checked. I think I only made it because like sometimes jobs these days for some reason require you to have a public profile. So I'm like, fine, here you go, here's my profile. It's fucking nothing. There's nothing on it. I made a Facebook once though, and I got very scared and deleted it like the next day. And then I made another one without my real name on it, and every time I log into it, that's just to look at a Facebook post my mom sent me, which is the only use it gets. They keep prompting me to change the name, and I'm like, no, you can't make me. You have to delete my account if you want to make me. But they don't do- it never makes me. So I'm fine. It just has some random characters smashed in there, and it's still up there. It's if they ever delete it though, I'm just never looking at a Facebook post ever again. Nothing of value would be lost. Oh wow. Because like, I made a Tumblr when I was underage, and then so now it thinks I'm a year older than I am, and I fear if I change it, I'll get banned. So I'm never gonna change it. And I made Twitter when I was like 14, but I never used it that much. I don't remember when I started using Twitter. I think when I was like fucking like 17. I think it's like when I fell off of Tumblr, I just kind of migrated over to Twitter like everybody else, and then my life became hell. No, it's not what happened. But it's basically what happened. I did migrate over to Twitter. And that's where I've been for years. I tried using Blue Sky a bit, but it's a little quiet there. I feel like a lot of people, it was bustling for a while, and then a lot of people just kind of like dipped off a bit when they realized that it was blocking a lot of features that Twitter had, like private accounts, and well, they have bookmarks now at least, but I don't know if they'll ever have private accounts considering things with their infrastructure, which is a little unfortunate. I feel like if they brought circles back, that would just be enough for a lot of people though. That thing where like you could be like, alright, here's like a tight group, a certain group of people that can only see this tweet. Like having a private but not really is very nice. Yeah, I miss circles. I know a lot of people that do. And then they're like, oh, no one uses it. And it's like, we use it. We use it. Twitter has so many useful features for like archiving and like separation that they just got rid of. And now everything's very sad. I guess social media is just becoming more streamlined and less private. Whatever modicum of privacy you can grasp onto is kind of just vanishing. But, oh well. I don't really know what I want in a social media platform these days. I like having customizability. I like being able to. That's one thing I liked about Tumblr. They had those those layouts and stuff that you could get, or making your own, and those were really cool. But I heard they're kind of trying to filter those out, and it sucks because that was one of the things I really liked, just finding a good theme and just slapping it on there. It was really fun. But now it's disappearing. It's very sad. Oh well. What can you do? I feel like in a sense I'm seeing a bit of a backlash. I feel like that there's people yearning for like more customization. I think that's why you see shit like NeoCities getting so popular these days. Even if people don't really know what they're doing on there and like my computer when I try to look at their sites. But yeah. It's cool. I like seeing people try to do things. I hope that one day we break free of the social media bubble. I believe in us. We can do it. We can get out there. And that doesn't even mentioning stuff like TikTok and shit, which is literally just like followers don't even matter. You just see whatever is on your algorithm, and people are always angry at each other and trying to insult people and trying to yell at each other, and you have these weird little insulated spheres, or it's like we should give like ringworm treatment to our babies and then they'll grow up big and strong, and you have like the mothers for ringworm treatment movement just like in this isolated bubble, and all their videos get circulated to each other, so they're just stuck thinking like that for the rest of their lives. That's just weird. I don't know. I don't use TikTok, so I only see what I do against my will. Oh man, it's already 1:18 and I'm so sleepy. I think I'm gonna do one more sprint, I think, and then I'm gonna wind down for the night. But I believe in myself. I can lock in one more time. But if I get halfway through and I can't lock in, maybe I'll just go. We'll see. I believe in myself. Lock in. Lock in! I love saying that. It's so funny. So funny, silly. Where's my tab? There it is. Hmm. Okay, let's put it on. Okay, now I'll put the lion. Yeah, that works. Hmm. 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 I'm thinking very hard. Oh, I ran out of tunes. Let me start from the beginning. No, turn shuffle back on. Also skip that one. Yeah, that works. Okay. Tunes back on. Okay. I'm thinking. I'm done. I did it. Oh my god. Supreme amounts of walking in. I'm very happy with the progress I made today. Hell yeah, we love it when we make progress. But now I think my resting hours are approaching. And it's also getting quite late, so... Let me see who is alive right now. Time I start hunting. And I do love a good hunt. Let's see. Okay, I think I found someone. Actually, yeah, I am interested. I think we're both looking at the same person. I think we're both looking at the same person. You know, someone doing it on stream often. I was looking in the writing and reading category, talking about Almond Town Sweet Tea. Because yeah, that was literally the person I was looking at right now. Like, oh, you seem cool. Maybe I'll raid you. Same brain, same brain. Handshake. Alright. That's the person we will go be invading. Professionally decided by us two. Oh, hell yeah, the time. Okay, shut up, ad bot. Shut up, we're not doing that. You follow most writers? Oh, that's cool. You got your niche you like. I respect that. I also like following writers. I need to do more. Good night, yeah. Alright, let me yes. Good night indeed. Alright, remember to get some water, go take a nice break, and have a good night, everybody. Let us now go and harass somebody. But nicely and politely, because we're nice and polite people here. Alright, good night. Good night. Good night.